the Studio Cuts podcast with Taylor with WRRV.
This is the Studio Cuts podcast. Hey, it's Taylor from 92.7, 96.9 WRRV, and the Studio Cuts podcast is where we interview artists that were featured on Sunday Studio Cuts, our new music show on WRRV. Today, we're hanging out with the Happy Fits. They have their single Hold Me Down off of their album What Could Be Better. You guys are down in Jersey, right?
Yeah, we're in West Jersey, kind of basically Pennsylvania, so it's like the farmland Jersey and not the Jersey Shore Jersey.
Oh, not the Jersey Shore that everyone saw on MTV a few years ago.
Yeah, much more Amish street.
The Happy Fits is made up of the three of you guys, Calvin, Luke, and Ross. And you guys all went to college together at Rutgers University, right?
Actually, that's a little bit of misinformation that's been spread in this year. We actually met in high school, or at least me and Ross met in high school in Latin class. It was the high school, and yeah, we weren't really like friends until our junior year. And that's when we started playing music together. Found out we loved kind of like folk music, like Andrew Bird and the Milk Carton Kids. So we kind of got together. I played cello, he played guitar. The covers were like okay at best. And then, yeah, one day we just got tired of it, started doing some original. And our music kind of took a rockier direction. But then, yeah, just the summer before going off to college, we were like, let's record an EP for our friends. We'll put it out on Spotify, but we weren't expecting much of it. And then, like, a week or like a few days after it's released, I'm on the Fresh Pines playlist. And then we were in college at the time, and we were just like, hey, we should drop out. So, yeah, that's basically how we decided to be a full-time band.
Yeah, I think what I don't know exactly how it started. About like a lot of like articles have written that we're from Rutgers. I think what happened though is that when we first started playing, we couldn't book any venues because we didn't really know how to. So we did a lot of like the basement scene of Rutgers. So the basement like music scene it was huge there. Mm-hmm. So we were like going around to different quote unquote venues that are just like student basements to play shows, and we did that for like a year, and just constantly doing the Rutgers circuit. So I think people, like even students themselves, thought we were actually at Rutgers.
Yeah, eventually the show got so big that cops started showing up and taking so it's just like it became too easy. Yeah, but I think that's probably where the rumor generated.
Yeah, we do kind of feel like we in a sense are Rutgers too.
Yeah, definitely our core band base through there.
How did all of your guys' family react to you guys dropping out of college? I mean, Rutgers was a pretty prestigious university.
Yeah, so I was going to school in Mercer, Georgia, Macon, Georgia. I was studying cello. I was doing classical at the time, but my true passion was doing rock and roll music. When I told my parents, they weren't very happy at all. I was like being really naive, and I was like, I want to do rock and roll. And they're like, you don't make money doing that. But then I was also like, you don't make money doing classical cello either. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a rough patch for a few years, but now my parents are definitely into it.
Me and Luke's parents, our parents were open to us leaving. And yeah, so basically I called my dad. He was like, hey, if you want to leave, that's fine by me. He's like, this is your business, just like do it. And he was like, it'll save me a crap ton of money and I'll pay for your college. He was all for it, and we were very fortunate in that regard. And so basically my house has been where we've based the band out of. Like we have a practice space here, and we have like recording equipment here, and every day of the week we're pretty much at my house, and my parents are totally cool with it. So I'm very lucky.
And do you guys all live together right now?
Calvin lives with me at my house, and Luke, our drummer, he's here right now.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything, but he lives like 10 minutes away from us, so we're all from the same town, basically.
A couple of you are living together. You guys see each other all anyways. What has it been like working and living with the same people all the time, especially during this pandemic?
Oh, it's really easy. Yeah. We're all really super chill. It's never really too stressful at all. It's really, really nice, especially for me, being able to just like I basically live in our studio that we practice in. So it's like, I'm never late to work.
Yeah, we're very lucky that, there's a lot of bands that you see that definitely don't, like they'll play, like they'll put on their mask and then after they just like fight constantly. And we've definitely seen that like in our personal, like just playing shows with other bands and you see them, they're just like always tussling at each other. And we're just like, it's like we'll just have sleepovers anyway. Like, do you just want to hang out and not talk about music and we could just like watch this or whatever? So it's definitely really cool to be in a band with like your best buds for sure.
So my roommate in college never turned the lights off. Does anyone have this like habit that drives any of you crazy? There's got to be something here.
No, not really. I mean, like we're like we were saying, we all get along. The only fight we've ever had was like way at the start of our career, I guess. We were playing at some Battle of the Bands contest, and like Calvin ended up being like late, so we had to forfeit the show, and that was the only time we were upset. Honestly, I don't think a single fight happened since that. That was 4 years ago.
I think told Calvin like 2 months ago, like, hey man, I'm really sorry for yelling at you 4 years ago. So bad about it.
Yeah, I thought I could drive from Vermont to New Jersey in 3 hours. So that was a dumb.
You guys truly are like the best friends then.
Yeah, it's funny because like we didn't even really talk. Well, we became best friends, even though we were all living 10 minutes from each other and in the same building 5 days a week. We didn't become friends until after high school, which was cool.
What was it like to release your album, What Could Be Better, during the pandemic?
It definitely sucked that our tour right before it got canceled. Our first support tour opening up to like a band that was like way bigger than us, and we got to play one show on 13 with that band. It was the Crush in Phoenix, and it was just incredible. And there's so many people there. Got so many like Instagram followers from it, and so many people started listening to us and then like the next day everything was canceled. That really stunk. But we had time in quarantine with all the content that we wanted to release or what could be better. So like the first song we released was with a music video, got one take, and it was all like back to. So we had to like learn the song backwards. That was a really fun project, and we probably wouldn't be able to do it in quarantine. And then
on tour.
Sorry. On tour.
We were able to do projects because we didn't have to tour.
Yeah, we learned how to ride horses, which was awesome.
It was very bittersweet.
Yeah.
It definitely helped in a lot of ways, and obviously we missed playing shows, so it was kind of a bummer to drive back from Arizona in like 2 days, and our managers are like, hey guys, the world's falling apart, you should probably go home. We're like, yeah, we did that.
Speaking of your tour, what's going on with it? Can we expect some shows this year? Obviously, if it's allowed.
We are, it's allowed. Hoping, in the fall time we can tour literally nonstop. So if we get the green light, we're allowed to play shows. We're just going to be doing it and literally play every possible place we can.
We've basically had tour booked, like our What Could Be Better album tour booked for months now, but it just keeps changing because like the things keep updating about like the coronavirus and everything. So we have holds on venues for like September, November, December, October, we have holds for a full tour. We're just waiting on the green light, like when it's okay. So we can't do it until like we can guarantee that it's gonna be like safe for everyone to come out, because we want to get anyone sicker.
Yeah, if you're in the Jersey tri-state area and you're listening, it might still happen that our first show back is going to be up for Pearl Jam at the See Here Now Fest down by the Jersey Shore. And that's going to be in September. So that was going to be our first festival last year, but that got basically postponed until this year in September. So if you want to see our first show back on stage, we've never ever played on or dreamed of playing on come out to see here now.
Your music is so fun, and the videos are so creative, like the Battle of the Bands video you guys had for your song Hold Me Down. Who or what inspires your music and your videos?
Well, that video is really fun for us because actually going back to the story that we were talking about, the Battle of that was the one where we ended up having to drop out was our second round of Battle of the Bands, and so we played the first one and made it to the second round, and that was also in Asbury Park. It's so funny. That video specifically, we kind of drew it from the inspiration, obviously to a very cartoonish and like wacky recreation, but we from like our first few shows, like playing Battle of the Bands at Asbury Park. Once Asbury Lane's like to let us use the venue, like there's just kind of a tribute to our still at Asbury Park, because
we used to play tons of a little dive bar called the Scene. And those shows, like our first show, we had like 2 of them were Rox's parents. But throughout time, like those like lineup, it was crazy. So we owe a lot to Asbury Park, and we do our
general music videos. Though, I think all the ideas kind of stem from something that we want to try to accomplish. Like we always want to try something new for our videos. Like with our song, oh my God, what am I talking about? No instructions. Sorry, we literally like the idea stemmed from like, hey, we want to do a spaghetti western. Like that was the whole thought process.
I wanted to ride a horse,
and wanted to ride horses, so we were like, all right, let's turn that into an idea. And then with our video, Dalton Calvin was like, what if we did like a one take where that idea came from? And then he just was like manic enough to backwards.
Yeah, we're all like, came back to us and literally was singing backwards, and then play it forward and he sang forwards. We're like, all right, you're not, you are insane, but
we also owe it to the videographers for Chris as well. Our main guy, his name's Ryan Well, and he like we'll come to him with an idea and we'll kind of lay it out. We'll do like treatments for them, basically like PowerPoint presentations of how we want it to look. He'll add his creative ideas. And we've worked with a guy, Corey Rutledge, and basically they're like every videographer we work with, we let them, kind of have creative flows as well, and add things that, like shots that they want to get or they want to get, and we come up with the core idea of something we want to try, and then we let the videographer kind of complete it.
NJ.com called you guys one of the bands and artists you need to hear in 2021. What does it feel like to get that kind of recognition in your own state?
It feels really good.
Yeah.
It's very, you just like have see your face on your like newspaper or wherever it may be, like on these for Jersey to be sending us this much love is just, it means a lot, because we really kind of tried to grind out like the underground scene of Rutgers and Zoom stuff, building up. So to have it be like this big now is just one could cry,
Yeah, I grew up with this stuff like getting delivered every Sunday. Like that was pretty wild to see nothing on that. The funniest thing about that article though that we just find so hilarious, it says under the little blurb that they wrote about it, like for fans that also like the Bare Naked Ladies and the Counting Crows. And nothing against those two bands, we just never thought we would be compared to them.
We had never heard that.
Yeah,
like the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, we were
like,
okay. Interesting.
You guys are really big supporters of Black Lives Matter and the Save Our Stages campaign and a bunch of other charitable causes. What got you involved with these causes?
We started out kind of wanting to give back. Like that's how Ross first heard like the original. He was holding a charity event for the American Cancer Society, was it? Or is it?
Yeah.
It was for the Relay for Life Foundation. He was just holding like a little coffee shop fundraiser, and I really thought that was really admirable. We kind of kept giving through like our first hometown show. We were able to to a local women's shelter. Same thing with our basement shows. We would put up donations, give out the door. We just give to the New Brunswick Women's Shelter. And yeah, we kind of really wanted to give back. You know, we've all had very privileged lives, and we grew up in a very, very nice part of New Jersey, and our parents did a really good job raising us, and everyone can we hope we can be like kind of Coldplay. They give like 10% of all of their income away. That is our goal. Like, we just want to get back, do good with our music.
Yeah, it's like it was always something that just kind of came naturally. And like when I met them, like it was all about doing these charity events for it. And, you know, there was a long period of like, we just really were trying to figure out how can we help in the best way. You know, all these things are going on in the world. We're just trying, you know, we want to help in any way we can, whether it's mental illness or it's, you know, the Black Lives Matter or it's, you know, anything doing with or any of that. Like, we want to help in any way we can. It's really cool that we just have a fan base that is there for us every step of the way and helps support so much.
Yeah, the fans are incredible.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's really admirable and just super cool to see that you guys have this big success, but you're still super humble and definitely grounded.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I guess, like, the way we view it is that we kind of have the idea of us. We literally get to sit in our room and play an instrument and then, you know, like, make life off of it. So, like, we feel pretty privileged. We're grown up in a very, very nice community, and like I was before, our parents have been very supportive. So, if we can, you know, do a little good in the process and give back to people that are giving us like kind of what we always want to do, it's the least we. Definitely.
All right, my last question for you. If someone comes to your town or city, what is the one thing they need to do or see?
They need to go to the egg deli
and get a pork roll, egg pizza,
any egg sandwich that you feel is right.
They have specialty sandwiches called the Gut Buster, which is just like little bacon, sausage, hash brown, egg, cheese, more egg, more bacon, more sauce.
They had a sandwich called the Widowmaker, but they stopped selling it. It was too unhealthy.
It's like 7 rolls of pork roll, like double egg, double cheese.
I will say, if you're a vegetarian, you don't want to have the egg, go to the Dutch County Market, it's 31 in Flemington. We call it the Amish market because it's like, I'm pretty sure they are Amish.
They are, yeah.
But they have the best like fried cinnamon sugar pretzels you'll ever have in your entire.
I guess the other thing is to the store. That's not a town. That's not a town.
If we're going through a town too, like Clinton, it's like our kind of, I guess, our little town besides Pittstown. Like a single road, but Clinton is like a single road too. It's really cool. Like it's super old mill, water. It's a fun little town.
Fun fact: the mill he was talking about was on a Ghostbusters show.
It was. I was in 6th grade. It was from the top guys that said it's haunted, and they got some pretty compelling. They got. It's a cool little town. When they do the haunted mill. So they open up the mill and they do like a big tour thing. It's like all these actors in costumes, and they take you on like a hill around. People chase chainsaws and stuff. It's really fun.
Well, I feel like I just had an artery get clogged from hearing about that food, and now I have Halloween plans, so I think I'm all set. Thank you for hanging out with me and the Studio Cuts podcast, guys. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you so much for having us on.
Make sure to check out Hold Me Down by the Happy Fits and their album, What Could Be Better. And don't forget to catch Sunday Studio Cuts, a new music show featuring all of the up-and-coming alternative music, hosted by me every Sunday at 10 p.m. on 92.7, 96.9 WRRV. Join us next week as we interview another up-and-coming alternative artist on the Studio Cuts podcast.